From spawning mummies with your super to giving your enemies a paper cut, here are 15 hypercharge ideas in Brawl Stars. Starting with number 1, we have Ems, whose hypercharge concept will allow her to summon mummies in her super areas, which would hunt down the nearest enemy. This could be really useful in distracting the enemy players that are trapped in her super radius. Second on our list here is Stu, who can slow down enemies close to him while he dashes. With this hypercharge, I think he can definitely utilize his super dashing ability more effectively. For number 3, we have Chuck, whose dash would leave behind a smoke cloud that lasts for 5 seconds and damages and slows enemies that comes in contact with it. Though when we are talking about placing a post, it would be accessible from anywhere. Through a wall, across the map, your dad's basement, anywhere. Except maybe Cordelia's super. Number 4. We all know Mandy's super is really deadly. Well, how about turning each wall hit into a sugar machine which just chucks sugar at enemies? This would be broken in Cavern Churn though. Well, someone who is not known for being broken is Doug, but hopefully will be with his hypercharge, which boosts his range, speed, and damage if he is over 50% health with that hot dog on his head. This could lead to a much different playstyle while playing him. Next up, we have Amber, who will make enemies on fire drop her oil. This could give Amber much more control to the enemy's backlines to roast them up even more. Someone who is definitely not roasted up is Mr. P, especially since his hypercharged portal base will spawn frozen porters which slow down nearby enemies after being killed, which will make them much more annoying. And for number 8, we have Max, who is so fast while sped up with her hypercharge that she can bump enemies like Stu used to. This should encourage more aggressive and in turn more fun gameplay. Though something not fun to face on the enemy team is Penny's Mortal, which will be even more annoying with this hypercharge, as its attack will drop a small bomb that explodes when an enemy tries to get close to it. For our next concept, we have Buster's hypercharge, which increases the size of its shield the more it's attacked. Those long rangers with multiple bullets for their attack are gonna struggle with this one. Luckily for B, she would not have that problem. While we are mentioning B, a hypercharge makes her super bees poison enemies they hit, kind of like real life bees. On top of slowing you down, this will make her much harder to deal with. Number 12. We all know Barley's super does an insane amount of damage, but this should increase it even more, as its hypercharged super will slow enemies who are inside of it, allowing him to deal tons of damage. Speaking of tons of damage, Griff can do that much more easily with his hypercharged super, which gives enemies a paper cut, slowing them down to kill them much quicker. Now with Hank's hypercharged super, torpedoes now deal splash damage to targets hit. However, if multiple torpedoes hit the same enemy, the blast radius will be much bigger. And finally, we have Chester, who will gain 2 random stat effects after using his super, kind of like using his second gadget twice at the same time. Here's a bonus hypercharge. I have applied a mark on you, which makes you explode if you don't click like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds. Subscribe now!